All right, it's time to wrap this up. Once Sovereign gets off the Skype call with you, he takes off, and according to Joker, he turns around so fast it makes no sense that his ship didn't actually fall apart. What am I talking about? His ship. It's his body. He's not. He is a ship. Ugh.
But Joker doesn't know that.
Oi.
I just... Okay, I shotgunned him so hard in the face that he died instantly, but it was also a cryo shot, so his corpse froze and then exploded.
No kill like overkill.
Rip and tear. Just, without the blood. They're machines, it's okay.
But the blood's half the fun.
Commander Shepard will rip you asunder.
And then tear you apart. Because your guts are huge.
That seems a little over. That seems a little bit much,
Hey, they're the lessons Doom guy taught me.
His health bar's green, that means he's regenerating himself. Krogans have that ability, and they use it constantly in Infinity Mode. It's the main reason that they're so fucking annoying in Insanity Mode is that they'll pull on their endurance ability, which basically gives them extra shields. They'll put on health regeneration, so when you actually do manage to hurt them, it just heals up. And then their actual HP is so high and their regeneration stat so high that you basically have to shove a shotgun right up their ass, literally, in order to do any damage
Rip
at
and
all.
tear.
It's like it's like fighting Kirito in Sword Art Online. Its health goes up faster than you can hurt it.
So you have to Zerg rush them up, essentially.
So wait, there's a Infinity Mode and a Insanity Mode?
No. Insanity Mode is the only mode. There's no Infinity Mode.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I beat Insanity Mode once, and the only enemy type that ever gave me pause was always the Krogan. Like, I could handle Juggernauts, but the Krogan, nope, running away.
You put distance between you. You bring biotics who can shut them down, and then you just sort of unload into them, and you continue to unload into them for a period of several minutes. Renew your biotics whenever they get back to their feet, assuming your cooldowns aren't holding you up, and hopefully you'll kill them before they kill you.
Yeah, even the final boss, it's like, whatever, you're not a Krogan.
I mean that all sounds like just a patience game, but you got to remember, in Insanity Mode, you also die a whole lot faster. So yeah, it gets ridiculous. But Mass Effect is not a series that does difficulty balance.
Whenever I see them just floating around, I expect the Blue Danube to start playing.
I'm just picturing the observatory theme from Mario Galaxy.
Now, there are two ways, at least in other games, to prevent Krogans from regenerating their health. In Mass Effect 2 and 3, Krogans just have natural health regeneration. However, you can stop it from happening by either hitting them...
Killing them.
Well, that too, but you... to make it easier to kill them, you can stop that from happening by hitting them with something fire-based, or by hitting them with a biotic warp. Both of those will cut off their regeneration completely.
What if we pull a whole vamp route and just inject them with nanomachines?
Well...
No, that makes too much sense.
Well, nanomachine suppressors.
Well, here's a question.
Nanomachines to suppress nanomachines.
Oh, fuck. We gotta go deeper.
Here is a question. Do you want to be the poor fucker who has to get up close to a Krogan in order to stick them with a needle?
I have shields.
Aren't there, like, airborne nanomachines by the end of Metal Gear or something? I mean,
No.
Well, that's
probably.
Kind of.
There's
Kind
this
of.
virus thing in Metal Gear Solid 5 that kills you if you speak English.
That was
right.
Don't get me started on that shit.
There's also Fox Die, which is kind of like that, but not really.
That was an airborne virus. I wouldn't say so much nanomachines.
It was
Yeah, but they made the virus
it was some
via
sort of
nanomachines,
artificial
so close enough.
retrovirus that's proto nano machine technology or something.
Something
It's
of
dumb.
the other.
It's dumb.
Oh, Metal Gear's dumb,
The
you don't say.
The entire thing just seems to exist so that they have a reason to call quiet quiet. And that's about it. I don't really get it. No, 'cause she gets infected, so she has to not speak English. And then she has to speak English in order to do something, and then she dies. It's not... It's kind of just forced. I don't like it.
Well, you know, once you figure out what her character's actually like, Lewis, you should be ashamed.
Do 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 do. So how's your day, guys?
My entire race is dying.
Get back to him, Matt.
If you get into a certain elevator like this, you'll actually put your weapon away, but your character won't turn around. So that's what happened there. Oh, God, another hallway. Now, these aren't convenient chest-high walls. I mean, they are very convenient as cover, but they're actually cloning tanks. This is where the Krogan are being bred. In these
so
big
they're
ass
convenient
tanks.
chest-high cloning takes. Okay.
No, they're not chest high. There's this big tank that's sticking out. You kind of have to hide behind the
Well,
whole thing.
the base is chest. The base is chest.
Yeah, the
high.
base is chest high for about 2 feet. So you have a bit of a cover there, but you'll always wind up shooting around the side anyway. So fuck it. Yeah, the Krogan cloning tanks. This is where we find out. They never really call attention to this, but this is where they find out that Saren's professed genophage cure is a bit of a sham.
You don't say.
On 2 separate occasions, I've had the game freeze on me here.
Oh, really? Like, texture mapping, like, texture stuff aside, I've never really known Mass Effect to be really buggy. Like, there's some quirks to it, but I've never known it to be, like, to have crashes or anything like some of the other games of this type.
Not really crashes, and apart from the PC version's problem with AMD processors and Garrus's face texture, I can't really think of any overt bugs that I've run into. And oh yeah, the Normandy has other soldiers on it. They finally get to do something.
But they're not wearing red.
Okay, good. There's hope.
This scene's too quiet. Something's gonna happen.
You notice something about Kaiden right now? He's back in his default armor.
The nuke is almost ready. Get to the rendezvous.
Did you not like what I gave you, Kaiden?
Basically what happens is, at this point, Kaiden might die, so they dump his equipment back into your inventory if he does.
Oh, fuck.
At what point Shepard took his armor off and stuffed it in her backpack, I don't know, but that screams premeditated murder to me.
Kaiden, give me all your armor. Why?
Jump back in the Onyx 1.
It's just so much more stylish, you know?
He's also wearing his helmet, even though I haven't had my characters wear their helmets since the first mission of the game.
Is that like just a cosmetic thing?
It's just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
Commander Shepard, is this a bullseye in the back?
In Mass Effect 2, you can get a slight bonus to stuff if you put your armor's helmet on, but it's purely cosmetic for your party members, and it's totally cosmetic. It's totally cosmetic otherwise.
The helmet could be ugly as sin. You just think
Yeah,
it's gonna look without it.
after, like, I think from a patch in Dragon Age 2 and from most of the games they made after that, BioWare made it a regular feature to have a hide helmet option in their games so that you can see your characters' faces.
Oh, that's in the original Mass Effect.
It's an unfortunate trade-off because you know it's like that. Metal Gear Solid 4 had face camo,
Yeah.
and one of the best in terms of stealth was the Octocam, the mask.
Yeah, but you can never see
You
Snake's
can never
face.
see
then.
Snake's face. I mean, your camouflage index would be really high, but you can never see Snake's
So,
face.
so you wind
I
up
like
taking
Snake's
it off and putting it on and taking it off and putting it on.
face. You could do that, but that's pretty fucking
It
tedious.
is tedious.
Or you just do what I did and just made it the young Snake face so I could pretend it was Metal Gear Solid again. Especially in the Shadow Moses section.
Just like the good old days. Snake, it was only 7 years ago. Shy.
Well, I'm old now.
I had a similar problem in Mass Effect 3 with the face paint, to be honest, because I didn't like seeing Shepard's face like all covered in black paint when I was in a cutscene. But
Now that takes me back to Metal Gear Solid 3.
oh man, goddamn, die you fucking Krogan.
Well, you are trying to use a shotgun from like 50 feet away.
That's not the problem. The problem is, you see his health bar is glowing white. His health bar is
Damn,
glowing
just made
white,
a fucking beeline for him.
which means like he
And now he will pay for his football mistake.
which means this guy's damage resistance is through the roof when his hair is white, when his health bar is white. Rex is doing the same thing right now.
Man, I wish I could get my health bar to go white.
Well, you can if you're the right class. It's it's a specific soldier ability, I think. You might be able to activate it as an extra ability if you pick it as one of your achievement bonuses, but yeah. Anyway, this is where the fatal choice has to be made. You walk out of the elevator, you're out here in the open, you're like at the halfway point between the anti-air tower and where you left Kaiden. And like within 2 seconds of picking up this treasure chest, you walk through here. Bam. Looks like there's reinforcements heading back to where Kaiden is. So now you have the choice. You head back to back Kaiden up. Kaiden and his fellow Alliance soldiers and defend that bomb. Or you continue onward to the anti-air tower and you extract Kirrahe and Ashley. Or Kirrahe and Kaiden, whichever. Because Alenko decided that the only way to complete his mission was to activate the bomb early, so we don't have time to get both. God damn.
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
Man, you know, if you hadn't did that, I could have gone back and helped you, and then I could have gone and gotten Ashley, and, well, now I'm thinking in video game terms. In realistic terms, this is probably the best option.
Yeah, you could probably speedrun it, do some sort of strange glitch, and save both.
Oh, man.
It involves source filmmaker cartwheels.
But yeah, you decide who to go for, and then you go get them.
I can't be in two places at once. Or can I?
Who are you going for? Rachel.
Don't worry, we're going to go to the fair, and we're going to go get a replica doll of Kaiden Alenko, and we're going to freeze time at the point where he was about to die, and switch him with his doll. And we'll get him back. Yeah.
What if we went back in time and put Flight down there?
Anyway, here we are. The anti-air tower. The first thing you're going to notice is that there's a big fucking gas tank in the back there. And like the moment you start firing in its general direction, it fucking explodes and the whole place goes up in flames.
Like that.
Don't kill one overkill. Okay, is everybody's eyebrows intact?
No!
I actually tried using overload on a Geth who was a bit too close to the tanks, so the tanks exploded.
Oh, hi, Saren.
Yeah,
Yeah, when was the last time we saw this guy?
at the beginning of the game.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's
We
the
saw-
guy who...
When did
We saw him on TeamSpeak with the council, and that was it.
Isn't he the guy who we've been trying to, like, chase the entire time?
Yep, and now we get to fight him, sort of.
By the way, Saren, when did you become Wesker?
No, he basically is. Now, here's the thing. This conversation is important. You'll want, if you want to avoid some trouble later on, you're going to want to talk to him, and you're going to want to follow the dialogue trees to the point where you can actually argue against him, and then you're going to want to use your persuasion options on him whenever possible. If you do that, you will have an easier time talking to him at the end of the game.
Oh, so we can't kill him here, then.
We can't kill him now. He's going to get away. But this is where we find out what his motivation is for helping the Reapers. Basically, he thinks it's hopeless. The galaxy can't fight against the Reapers. They're too powerful. They'll wipe out all organic life. But if he can convince the Reapers that some small element of organic life is useful to them, then he and them can survive, and he can, save people. He can make a bad situation slightly less bad, and he can live through it, which is a nice bonus. The thing is, he's basically bullshitting himself, and this is the indoctrination at work. The Reapers have no intention of sparing Saren, or anyone. But, he has enough reason to believe it that they can use that to manipulate him. And basically, by the end of the game, you have the opportunity to convince him that he is being indoctrinated, and that he's being used by the Reapers, and that what he's trying can't possibly work. All it does is skip over the first phase of the final boss fight, though. It's not like it wins the game or anything.
Tell me why Sovereign needs the conduit. Tell me what it is.
You know what? This is the best part of indoctrination. He knows how subtle it can be, and it's still working on him. Oh God, Saren, you are such a
Oh, Saren, you're so stupid.
sad little Turian.
So, do you skip the first part of the final boss fight, or?
Yeah, I skipped the first part of the final boss fight. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually fight the first phase of Saren, because it's just a repeat of this boss fight. And this boss fight is not fun. In fact, it's kind of lame, actually. But, there is a thing about Saren. His physical appearance here. You see how he looks like a cyborg with the glowy eyes and the metal bits in his mouth? This was supposed to be how he looked at the end of the game when you found him on the Citadel. It was not supposed to be how he looked here, or how he looked at the beginning, because this is a Saren who's been partially huskified. And at this point it's like, I swear I'm not indoctrinated. I know I'm not indoctrinated. It's subtle, but it won't happen to me. It's not fucking subtle. Look at yourself in the mirror, you jackwipe.
Why do you look like a zombie? What's wrong with your face?
It's not indoctrination. You're indoctrinated. Yeah, you got him good, Saren. Yes, you did, Saren. What? No, nothing.
I think there was supposed to be 2 models for Saren, and they didn't make the first model or something. I don't know. Or maybe they just decided that this model looked cooler and decided to stick it in for all of Saren's appearances. I don't know. But you do see what Saren looks like normally on the front of the first Mass Effect novel, because he's the cover character there. And he's just a standard-ass Grey Terrierian. He doesn't look remarkable at all. That might be why they didn't use that concept for him.
Shepard, I'm not going to lie. I did not think we were going to be trading thesis before fighting.
Tonight on CNN, the political debate between Commander Shepard and Saren.
Quick, Shepard, to the forum.
Saren was an agent of good at one point. He was a very ruthless agent of good, but, he was a good guy. He was...
He was an asshole, but the Reapers are dangerous.
Yeah. The worst part about this model, though, in terms of making him not look like he's a pod zombie, is... all across his torso there are tubes feeding into his chest. One of his arms is all whacked up. What the fuck, man?
I was kind of hoping you'd bring out the moon buggy and just run him over.
No, just drop the moon buggy on
So,
him.
here's how Saren fights you. He has a flying surfboard.
He's the Green Goblin.
What?
He is the Green Goblin. He has this flying glider board that he stands on and shoots you from.
Why are all of the textures popping in?
Yeah.
Now, when you get him down to a certain amount of health, he automatically wins the fight with a fuck you beam. But it causes his gun to overheat, which you can really only tell if you notice the red blinking light on it before he throws it away. So he takes you by the neck and almost throws you off the cliff, but then you punch his lights out.
Well, time to go find more wolves for Galactus.
Ah, jeez.
I swear I'm not a Herald of Galactus. No, I'm not.
That was a fight, I think. There was some fighting that happened there. Maybe.
That fight was like 3 seconds long.
Well,
Yeah.
it was as short as it was because I knew how to take down his shields quickly. And if you can take down his shields quickly, you can take down his health quickly, and you won't have any trouble at all with him because you don't have to reduce his health all that much for him to end the fight. So long, Kaiden.
Alright, everybody, hang on.
At least you're all dressed up for your death scene.
I thought the ship blew up for a second.
Oh, we forgot
minute.
the bomb!
Everybody, hang on.
I'm never gonna get laid now.
Joker!
Wait, Kaiden still owes me $20. Damn it!
Now, I'm not gonna lie. That look at Shepard's face as you're flying away, it's totally neutral. So basically, it's a moment that you can impose whatever the fuck you want on.
Neutral, it looks like her stock dropped 20%.
But like it works equally well for anything serious or comical or renegade or paragon. When I first
Well, it's specifically called the Kuleshov effect.
yeah when I first played the game, I was full paragon and I just sacrificed Shepard's love interest. So that was a gut wrenching shot where it was just like it was hitting her, and it faded to black. But that's just what you said. Oh man.
Alas, poor Kaiden. We knew him, I
We knew
guess.
him about as well as a few in-depth conversations could tell us about him. He used the lift spell on my enemies, and he was kind of cute, I guess. Maybe.
Hey, Phi Dan, the spot's open. Want to know on this?
Now I need to make new plans for shore leave. Damn it.
To the bar.